On behalf of White Oak Development, we are proud to present this public participation presentation for Saddlebridge Downtown Davie, a multifamily development located in the heart of Davie, Florida. As part of the site plan procedures of the town of Davie, we are providing this presentation to give residents and business owners a preview of what we have proposed for our site. We sincerely hope that you're as excited as we are about bringing this project to life. The Saddlebridge Downtown Davie site is located in eastern Davie on Davie Road just north of Craven Road. This project is adjacent to the Bergeron Rodeo grounds and is comprised of 8 parcels owned by the town of Davie and the Community Redevelopment Agency. The site plan features 2 buildings along the eastern portion of Davie Road, flanking either side of Southwest 42nd Street. The buildings are connected by a bridge that spans Southwest 42nd Street and creates an entryway for the rodeo grounds to the west. A new road, Southwest 65th Terrace, will be constructed to provide a connection to and from Southwest 43rd Street to the south. The zoning district and future land use categories are both regional activity centers. The zoning designation also includes transit-oriented street, which acknowledges the importance of multimodal connectivity and walkability along Davie Road. The overall site is just over 4 acres and will provide 286 dwelling units. 20% of the units, 57 in total, will count as inclusionary housing. These will be made available to low-income and moderate-income households. The project site is located within the West Side Improvement Area that is comprised of approximately 67 acres west of Davie Road. Stormwater improvements were constructed by the town of Davie to facilitate redevelopment for the area. The project will comply with the conditions of the existing master permit. The landscape design for Saddlebridge Downtown Davie consists of several large courtyards that are to be utilized as private amenity spaces for its residents, including a pool courtyard for the south building, open garden courtyard to the north, and a centrally enclosed interior courtyard for the north building. The pedestrian experience along Davie Road has been enhanced by providing wider paver sidewalks, benches, oversized live oaks at 20 to 22 feet in height for shade, and a foundation planting strip with tiered landscape to soften the building facade. Large green buttonwood street trees have been provided for shade and to enhance the pedestrian experience along 42nd Street, serving as a connection to the parking lot for the existing rodeo grounds. Extensive foundation landscaping provides an aesthetic appeal to the building facade and serves to buffer the parking garage. The lush landscaping and street trees continue down the new street, Southwest 65th Terrace, connecting this project to the existing main entry drive to the rodeo grounds. The south building features 101 units, a 4-story parking garage, bike parking, an amenity deck surrounding a swimming pool, and a gym. The north building provides an additional 185 units and includes space for the leasing office and the co-working space. Residents will be able to access the parking garage in the south building via a sky bridge over Southwest 42nd Street that connects the 2 buildings. The design of this development adheres to the town of Davie's Western Theme Design Manual. It also gives a welcoming street presence along Davie Road for both cars and pedestrians. The building was designed with the aim of capturing a fresh, distinctive Western charm, achieved through a blend of historical authenticity, decorative elements, and features that enhance the overall appearance of the building. This includes premium materials like brick, stone, and wood, and paint colors consistent with the Western theme. Note the Western theme railing featuring a central X motif included in both the bridge and the balconies. Enhancements such as cornices, window lintels, stucco bands, as well as detailed molding and trim work throughout the building, have been meticulously integrated. This project holds significance as the primary entrance to the rodeo, highlighted by an illuminated bridge spanning the road, accentuating the western essence of the town. An exceptional artwork piece will serve as the focal point of the bridge, enhancing its visual appeal. The architectural detail continues to the north side of the north building, with balconies overlooking the garden courtyard. The interior south elevation shows the view of the north building from Northwest 42nd Street. Note the location of the connecting point of the bridge in the center of the building. The western facade of the building faces the Bergeron Rodeo grounds and lines the newly built Southwest 65th Terrace. Several elements found on the eastern facade are also found on the western portions of the building. This creates a consistent product from the residential units to the parking garage. Great effort has been taken to provide a development that not only appeals to those on Davie Road, but from adjacent properties as well. The south facade of the south building has been broken up to avoid long uninterrupted massing and to provide the perfect sunny location for a ground-level pool deck. According to the town's land development code, requests for variation from the standards and requirements can occasionally be expected in order to account for the variation in conditions within the RAC districts and the difficulty of accounting for them in a design-specific regulation. Section 12-438.23 provides a design-based variation process that shifts the focus of review from hardship to design and logistics issues. As part of the site plan application, we are requesting 4 design variations in order to provide a site that meets the intent of the code but considers the challenges of the site. Town code requires buildings within this zoning district to occupy 100% of the lot width. This makes the area in front of the building walkable, and it engages the street front. This property has 5 street frontages, making compliance with the code challenging. In order to provide adequate drainage, landscaped area, and circulation and access, we are proposing the following reductions. For the north building, we are providing buildings that occupy 94.1% of the lot width along Davie Road and 91.9% along 42nd Street. For the south building, we are providing buildings that occupy 88.4% of the lot width along Davie Road and 85.3% along 42nd Street. The minimum setback, or build to line, along Southwest 42nd Street is 0 feet. This serves as a baseline for the required development area. In other code sections, a certain amount of the building must be built at this line. We will cover that in the next slide. Due to the design of the building on both sides of the road, and a desire to create a buffer between the parking garage and the north building, we are providing a minimum setback of 12 feet for the northern building and 13.1 feet minimum setback for the south building. Code also requires that all portions of the building frontage may not extend more than 10 feet from the build-to line. Because the south building does not occupy 100% of the lot width along Southwest 42nd Street, and there is a separate parcel on the corner, a small portion of the building is set back 219.1 feet from the property line. The north building is much closer, but since the minimum setback is 12 feet, certain portions of the south-facing wall are set back 23.1 feet from the property line. Another code requirement is that a minimum of 75% of the building frontage must coincide with the build-to line. We are proposing a reduction to 14.5% for the north building along Davie Road, 0% for the north building along Southwest 42nd Street, 11.8% for the south building along Davie Road, and 0% for the south building along Southwest 42nd Street. Building frontage types allowed in the transit-oriented streets RAC district includes arcade, gallery, shopfront, and modified shopfront. These types are mostly geared towards commercial or mixed-use buildings with commercial along the first floor. This development is residential, and as such, a stoop or porch frontage, both prohibited types, would be much more suited for these buildings. As you can see in the town's definition, a stoop provides a sense of security and separation from the sidewalk. This is shown in the rendering with raised landings and railings. The Saddlebridge Downtown Davie development will provide lofts and 1, 2, and 3 bedroom units. Each unit size has several layouts. The 1-bedroom units are shown here. The 3 models in blue are smaller than is allowed by code, but still provide a comfortable living space. We're requesting a reduction in the minimum size for 1-bedroom apartments from 750 square feet to 513 square feet. When designing these residences, our team strives to provide a quality product with an iconic design. The buildings engage the streets and provide abundant landscaping to create a pleasant pedestrian experience. Our mix of housing types serves a wide variety of residents who will call the town of Davie home, and our modern take on the Western theme brings a beautiful entranceway to an important local landmark. We believe our development fits in perfectly in the Davie community. Thank you for watching our presentation. If you have any questions, concerns, or compliments, please contact Erik Schofield with Craven, Thompson & Associates at 954-739-6400 or by email at publicparticipationcomments@craventhompson.com. You may also contact David Abramson with the Town of Davie at 954-797-1048 or by email at dabramson@davie-fl.gov.